Meeting called to order. This is the April 8th, 2025 Borough of Oakland Council meeting. Would the clerk please read the statement of compliance?
This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law, duly announced, advertised, and posted in the municipal building. The meeting will adjourn at 10 p.m. unless a majority of the council members that are present vote to extend the time.
All stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Would the chief please lead us to the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. At this point, normally I have my mayor's report, but since we have a swearing in of a firefighter, I'd like to have a motion from the council to suspend the agenda so we can move the firefighter right up to the beginning.
So moved. Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, this time we'd like to do the swearing-in firefighter, Zachary Betts. So I'd like to ask the two members of the Public Safety Committee to join me in front. Do you want somebody to hold the Bible for you, family member?
Yeah, my mom.
Your mom? Is the Bible back here? No. Should be underneath. There you go.
Got it. Right here. I think that's right here.
Oh. Here we go. We got the big one. Here you go.
Oh, we got the big book.
It's all right.
Literally. Your right hand on the Bible and your left hand on.
Zachary, right? Okay. Repeat after me. I, Zachary Betts,
I, Zachary Betts,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
or affirm
or affirm
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and the governments established
and the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will
and that I will
faithfully,
faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of the office of firefighter,
of the office of firefighter,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. I just need you to sign this right here.
Donation.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Mayor, can you take a picture?
Well, we need, John, we need a picture still.
Oh, jeez. Sorry. I'm sorry.
What's your committee? You're the family. Family's not important. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Zach. Congratulations. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Welcome. Thank you.
Congratulations.
All right, this time, we're going to call the roll, and then for those people that wish to stay for the meeting, as riveting as it is, otherwise, this is your opportunity to leave. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Mayor Kamala,
Present.
Council President McCann,
Here?
Councilman Pignatelli,
Here.
Councilwoman Rose,
Here.
Councilman Saliani,
Here.
Councilman Slazinski,
Here.
Councilman Talamini.
Here.
President Mayor.
Okay, thank you. All right, for my mayor's report today, we have a couple interesting items here. Number one, the PSC&G paving has been either completed today or will be completed tomorrow. The balance of the roads that were dug up this year will not be paved for 6 months. It requires the trench to settle down. Otherwise, the road will fail, so expect to see that paving sometime in the fall. The borough is currently still finalizing our current road program. Patriots Way Bridge update. All the rebar work has been completed about a week ago. The deck is actually ready to be poured. We have a meeting, job meeting next week to discuss the schedule for the pour, and hopefully we'll see a deck on the bridge in the next couple weeks. Also, the FiOS in the reserve phase 2 is complete, which means the entire reserve community now has access to FiOS. So the order book is open for anybody who wants to get FiOS in the reserve community. I want to remind everybody the Easter egg hunt, April 12th at 10 a.m. in the library. I'm sure we'll hear more from Councilman Talamini about that. And also, you're going to hear on the agenda tonight the Danny D Playground. We're going to be replacing the Danny D Playground down at the rec field, and you'll hear more about that as we go through the resolutions. And also, today's a very special day. Today is Oakland's birthday. Oakland is 123 years old today. It was incorporated April 8th, 1902. What I did is I brought the actual resolution that actually created Oakland, and I just want to read this into the record. This is Senate Bill 43. It says, "An act to incorporate the Borough of Oakland in the County of Bergen, be it enacted by the Senate and General Assembly of the State of New Jersey. Number 1, the inhabitants of the portion of the Township of Franklin in the County of Bergen hereinafter is set forth to be hereby constituted and declared to be a body corporate in the fact and in the law by the name of the Borough of Oakland, and shall be governed by the general laws of this state relating to boroughs. Number 2, the boundaries of the said borough shall be as follows. Beginning at the point where the southerly line of Ho-Hocus Township intersects with the easterly line of Passaic County, and running thence southerly and easterly along the Passaic County line, as the same runs to the intersection with the center of the road leading from the Preakness to Oakland. Hence northerly along the center of said road leading from Preakness to Oakland to an angle in said road, said angles being about 850 feet, southerly from the corner of the said road to the residence of Harry A. Hopper." So that's where we got the road Hopper. "Henceforth, running from said angle in the center of the road leading from Preakness to Oakland in a straight line to the center of the road leading from Oakland to Camp Goff, whereas the same is intersected by the center of a brook, said brook being about 150 feet easterly from the residence of Victor Mortimer. Hence, continuing northerly in the same straight line to its intersection with the southerly line of Ho-Hocus Township, and thence westerly along said southerly line from Ho-Hocus Township to the Passaic County line, and the point beginning containing about 807 square miles. This act shall take effective immediately, approved April 8th, 1909, and it was signed by Secretary of State Dickerson on this date in 1902. Today's the birthday. Okay, with that being said, do I have a motion to open to public?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody from the public wish to address the council?
My name's Nikolai Carlson. I live 6 Geronimo Way, Oakland, here in town. I'm going before the court, or the town council again, for the conspiracy and racketeering. It's still going on. The Oakland police officers are involved in the surveillance and the racketeering with mental health to justify it. And there's about 12 operatives. They surround the house I live in. I'm toured 24 hours a day everywhere I go, and it's got to stop.
Thank you, Mr. Carlson.
So I don't know what to do.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Hi, my name is Jerry Angermuller from 24 Lakeview Terrace, and in connection with the birth of Oakland, birthday of Oakland being today, I'm announcing. So every year, the Northwest Bergen County History Coalition has a History Day, which the Oakland Historical Society takes part in, with the Van Allen House being one of the stops on the route. And this year, it's going to be Saturday, April 26th, from 10 to 4 a.m. So I want to invite everybody. They have a chance to not only see the Van Allen House, but the Zabriskie House in Wyckoff, and the Hermitage in Ho-Hocus, and just Glen Rock to Mawa. A lot of interesting stops, beautiful buildings along the way. So it's also the same day as the town cleanup. I'm sure the Environmental Commission, that will be mentioned too, but the cleanup is a little earlier in the morning, and then you can still come over and visit the houses if you want to do that later in the day. Yeah, I didn't grow up in Oakland myself. I know we have some families that have been here longer than I have, but I've learned a lot of interesting things about Oakland. In 1902, I think Amos Hopper was mayor, and then Edward Page was the mayor after that, who built the Stream House and a lot of other buildings in town. He kind of brought the town to life and encouraged that it should become its own village. They wanted to make their own schools. I think that New Jersey decided around that time that if a town decided to become independent, they could have their own school, and there was dissension back then, just like all times and everywhere, that I think there were some people that wanted to buy a school for $10,000, which would have been enough, and there were other people who wanted to spend $20,000, and it was it was a discussion. It was a discussion of things. The more things change, the more they stay the same, but there's a lot of interesting things to learn about Oakland, and I hope that people will come and enjoy the History Day and visit some of the other local towns.
Thank you, Ms. Engelmeyer, for the history lessons. We had invited somebody from the historical. Thank you for coming today and giving us a brief history of that. Thank you.
Jody Goffredo, 44 Sioux Ave. Just wanted to let you guys know, on Saturday, April 12th, Access for All will be having their annual Easter egg hunt. The festivities will begin at 9:30. The Easter egg hunt will be at 10 a.m. The rain date is Sunday, April 13th at 1 p.m. I hope there is no rain date. But, yeah, so I hope our regular participants of Access for All will join us. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Crawford. Thank you. Anybody else wish to address the council? Do I have a motion to close?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, I've got approval of minutes, March 25th, 2025.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I have March 25th, 2025, executive minutes. If anybody has any changes, it's going to be done in executive session.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right, special announcements. We have authorized raffle license RL 1542 for the Oakland Volunteer Fire Department on June 8th, 19th, 20th, 21st, and 2020 for the year 2025 for the carnival for support of the Volunteer Fire Department Recreation Field, 20 Lawler Drive, Oakland, New Jersey, 07436. Next, we have authorized raffle license RL 1543 for OLPH on June 27th, 2025 for a 50-50 to raise funds to update the kitchen and school building. And at this point, we also have a mayor's, I'd like to appoint Thomas White to the Environmental Commission. Do I have a motion to approve raffle licenses?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And do I have a motion to approve Mr. Thomas White for the Environmental?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right, we're up to budget presentation. We do have our borough administrator and our CFO present. At this time, I have 25-128, amend 2025 budget. Mr. Coons?
Sure. Thank you, Mayor. After we introduced, a couple things came to light that require us to propose this amendment this evening. A couple of minor technical changes that came about during the state's review. For example, liquor license revenue needed to be adjusted slightly. And also, based on developments, we thought it prudent to add some money to the legal budget. And unfortunately, I'm sure you've all heard about the pending electric rate hike due to take place about mid-year. So we had to go back and take a look at our electric and street lighting budgets and make some adjustments to that as well. The good news is that the revenue is all coming from non-tax sources, principally just an increase in surplus from $2.8 million to $2.856 million. So there's no impact with this amendment on the proposed tax levy.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Coons? Not seeing any. Do I have a motion to amend 2025 budget?
It has to be read?
So
Mayor,
moved.
this whole resolution has to be read.
Oh, so do all one shot?
You have to read it.
No,
It has to be read.
the entire resolution needs to be read.
Resolution authorizing calendar year 2025 budget to be read by title only?
No.
What am I missing?
The amending resolution has to be read in full.
Yes, the 128.
Oh.
The CFO will be reading it in full.
Would you like me to, Mayor?
Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
25-128, a resolution to amend the 2025 budget, whereas the local municipal budget for the year 2025 was introduced on the 8th day of March 2025, and whereas the public hearing on said budget will be held as advertised, and whereas it is desired to amend said approved budget, now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Oakland, County of Bergen, that the following amendments to the introduced 2025 budget be made. In the current fund, general revenues, surplus anticipated from $2.8 million to $2.856 million, a change of $56,000. Total surplus anticipated, again, $2.8 million to $2.856 million, a change of $56,000. Interest on investments and deposits from $520,000 to $522,200, a change of $2,200. Total Section A local revenue, $999,000 to $1,001,200, a change of $2,200. Alcoholic beverages, increase in fees, change from $7,000 to $4,800, a change of lower revenue of $2,200. Total Section G, special items of general revenue anticipated with prior written consent of Director of Local Government Services, from $1,408,625.83 to $1,406,425.83. This is a decrease of $2,200. Subtotal general revenues from $7,365,404 to $7,421,404. This is an increase of $56,000. Total general revenues from $26,090,000 to $26,146,000, an increase of $56,000. And the current fund under general appropriations, A, appropriations within caps, legal OE from $205,000 to $225,000, an increase of $20,000. Utilities, electricity from $180,000 to $198,000, an increase of $18,000. Utilities, streetlights from $180,000 to $198,000, an increase of $18,000. Total operations, item AA within caps, from $16,462,781.13 to $16,518,781.13, an increase of $56,000. Total operations including contingent within caps from $16,467,781.13 to $16,523,781.13, an increase of $56,000. H1, total general appropriation for municipal purposes within caps, $18,984,197.80 to $19,040,197.80, an increase of $56,000. L, subtotal general appropriations, item H1 and O, $25,595,000 to $25,651,000, an increase of $56,000. And finally, total general appropriations from $26,090,000 to $26,146,000, an increase of $56,000. Under the sewer utility, appropriations for the sewer utility, this is from Ordinance 11-638, from $1,227 to $1,277, that's a $50 change, and Social Security from $7,600 down to $7,550. This is a decrease of $50. Be it further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution be filed with the Office of the Director of Division of Local Government Service for certification of the 2025 local municipal budget, so amended.
Does anyone from the council have any questions for the CFO?
I wasn't paying attention. Can you read that again?
Yeah, certainly. The budget isn't changing.
Get that man some water.
If there's no further questions, do I have a motion to approve 25-128, amend 2025 budget?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call?
Council President McCann?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rose?
Yes.
Councilman Saliani?
Yes.
Councilman Slazinski?
Yes.
Councilman Talamini?
Yes.
All right, we're up to 25-129, resolution authorizing calendar year 2025 budget to be read by title only. Do I have a motion to introduce?
So moved. Second.
Motion to approve, rather. Second. Roll call.
Council President McCann.
No.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rose.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slazinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, we're up to 25-130. This is the actual adoption of the budget for this year. At this time, this is the public hearing portion of this. Do I have a motion to open the public?
So moved.
For the
Second.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, is there anybody from the public that wishes to talk about 25-130 adoption of the budget? Not seeing anybody. Have a motion to close.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, this time, do I have a motion for 25-130 for the adoption of the budget?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Council President McCann.
No.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rose.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slazinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, very good. Now we're up to the following resolutions. We have 25-131 resolution authorizing TM and Associates for the redevelopment study of the hotel site. We spoke about this last meeting. 25-132 resolution approving settlement of the fourth round affordable housing obligation. 25-133 authorized community garden refunds. 25-134 authorized recreation refunds. 25-135 resolution requesting permission for the dedication by rider for the Borough of Oakland Animal Control Funds as required by NJSA 40A:5-29. 25-136 resolution to hire seasonal laborers. 25-137 Chapter 159 2025 BCOS Denny Delia Building. 25-138 award the contract for the playground equipment installation. 25-139 award contract to Cleary Jacoby Alfredi Jacobs for existing tax appeal services. 25-140 award contract to Boswell Engineering for the construction inspections and services for Jerome Avenue Drainage Improvements Phase 2. And 25-141 authorized temporary hire for the clerk's office. And 25-142 was pulled. Anybody wish to pull any out of this?
Yes, Mayor. 25-140, please.
Okay.
138 also, please.
138. Anybody else? Okay, at this time with removing 25-138 and 140, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
With a second.
Second.
Roll call.
Council President McCann.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rose.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slazinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, I got 25-138. Mr. Let's pull that out. You, Russ?
I just want to discuss the playground, the process, where did we get the money from, and just a little discussion about the playground.
Sure. So the scope of work is really to rehab the entire playground, from putting in a new safety surface, benches, garbage cans, shade structures for the first time, new playground play structure, new swings, including a swing that will be handicap accessible to a wheelchair. And the funding is from both a Bergen County Open Space grant for a little over $100,000, and the balance is coming from the Open Space Trust.
Thank you.
And Mr. Chris, approximately how old is the existing playground?
The safety surface itself is probably 13, 14 years old, the existing one, the tile. The equipment itself that's in it is something over 20 years old.
Yeah, I remember my children played on it. Okay. Any other further discussion?
Nope, that was it.
All right, do I have a motion to approve 25-138 award contract playground equipment installation?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second?
Roll call.
Council President McCann.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rose.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slazinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, we got 25-140 award contract with Boswell Engineering Construction Inspection Services for Jerome. Mr. Pignatelli.
Yes. Rich, did we get any other engineering quotes for this?
No.
I would like to see in the future other engineering quotes. I know we qualified another engineer I know there may be some projects that are a carryover from last year, but I would like to see other engineering quotes for engineering services on projects like this. Anybody else feel the same on the council?
So, Rich, is this part of the normal retainer work, or was it?
It's not part of the retainer. Boswell had previously been issued a contract to do the design work. And this is one that was also under a deadline with a community development block grant. So we felt it proper to go to Boswell for a proposal there because we had bid out the project and are in need of the services and need to hit a deadline for the grant.
And did this whole thing come up in the last 2-3 weeks, Mr. Coons? This whole process?
Well, we took the bid, we
Right.
awarded the bid, and the project's about to start.
Okay.
I would just like to see a little competition on these prices.
Any other further discussion? No. All right, do I have a motion to approve 25-140 award contract Boswell Engineering Construction Inspection Services for Jerome Avenue?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Council President McCann?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
No.
Councilwoman Rose?
Yes.
Councilman Saliani?
Yes.
Councilman Slazinski?
Yes.
Councilman Talamini?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, we're up to ordinance. We're up to 25 capital 964 capital ordinance. This is for the public hearing portion of the capital ordinance we heard about at our last meeting. Do I have a motion to open to public?
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody from the public wish to talk about 25 capital 964 capital ordinance? Not seeing any. Do I have a motion to close?
So moved?
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Do I have a motion to move 25 capital 964 capital ordinance?
So moved?
Do I have a second?
You have a second?
Roll call.
Council President McCann?
No.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rose?
Yes.
Councilman Saliani?
Yes.
Councilman Slazinski?
Yes.
Councilman Talamini?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, we're up to work session. We pulled this off the work session last meeting. This is really trying to set up a forward planning committee. As you know, there's a lot of movement going on in Oakland when it comes to the Lennar property in the back. We're dealing with the McDonald's coming in. Hopefully, we're going to see the application come in front of the planning board for the Oakland drugs. And we thought it'd be prudent at this time to kind of put together a forward planning committee. And speaking to Council President McCann, I believe he did something similar to that in the previous town that he came from in Cresskill. Councilman?
Yes, Mayor. This is really something we did way back in 2001 for a smaller town, Cresskill, where I moved from, I guess now 13 years ago. The purpose of the committee is to take a whole of government approach to the planning of the community. So we have our zoning board and we have our planning board, and we have a planner. The council has a planner, the planning board has a planner, and right now I believe they're the same person.
Yes, they're all across the board, yes.
Right. So all that is important, but there's also other information that needs to go into thinking about what the community needs are going to be and kind of project that out into a plan that's written up and revised every couple of years. A forward planning committee really takes a look at the town's needs and projected needs, takes a look at what school board, what schools are going to need, what the roads, what the normal cycle for roads is, and it takes a whole approach. So you have people from the different departments become a member of this committee, and you just create a template of all of the things that the town encompasses, and you bring people within the government, the roads department, the administration, finance, and take a look at the demographics, take a look at things, obviously housing needs go into that. So you create this committee, and the purpose is simply, and you also ask for citizen participation as well. And so you just take a look, and you have, it's basically you're doing a study of your town and what the needs are going to be for 10 years, and you can do that get to that 10 years by building it up to we did it as every 3 years evaluation of the plan. So it worked really well, because by the time Cresco got hit with its, at the time, completion of its second round, going into the third round, we had recognized that the school's population was going to increase. We had good data, good census data, working with the school board, represent people that were on that committee. And so if you take a drive through Cresco today, the downtown section was improved. Again, all based upon the data driven from that committee. And doing something like that here, especially in light of, right now what we're going through with our affordable housing obligation, it's probably a good time, because the next round will be here before you know it. And there are some towns, if you, as the mayor knows, and most of the council knows, that as they're doing their settlement for the fourth round, they're still dealing with third round obligations. Sorry.
No, just go ahead, sorry.
No,
I was just nodding and agreeing with you.
Oh, okay, no, but feel free to agree. No, kidding. No, so that's the concept. It doesn't have to be identical. There are things that we can look at in terms of what Cresco did and didn't do correctly. But again, the idea is to have a whole of government approach to the town, as opposed to piecemealing it. The budget this year, and this is what we're going to need, and instead of being reactionary as a government, be proactive. I don't like to use these buzz terms that are kind of hackneyed now, but be proactive approach to what this town's going to look like 10 years from now, regardless of the makeup of the board. And it also does provide continuity for new elected officials that come in, and for the appointed officials on the boards. So it provides a template. It's not something that's a hard number or a hard evaluation. It's just a really good roadmap to where the town's going to go.
Councilman, can I have a quick question?
I didn't do it.
If you said it and missed it, I apologize. Is this board still functioning in Cresskill, or is it defunct at this point?
No, it's still functioning.
So it's been in place for 20 years?
It's been in place for 25 years.
Okay, that's what I wanted to...
Yep, it's been in place for 25 years.
You didn't say that, I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no, it has been in place for 25 years. In fact, about 6 weeks ago, I got a copy. It's actually an ordinance. They adopted it as an ordinance.
And that board's turned over multiple times in those 25 years?
Yes, but the one constant that town had was the mayor, who just passed away a few weeks ago, about a month ago. He was there for 25 years. The former planning committee at the time was really a combination of my idea, based upon some of the things he was saying publicly when he first got elected. At the time, they wanted to build a rec center, a so-called community center that was the talk of the town for some 20-odd years. That mayor, Ben Romeo is his name, we used to call him Mr. Cresskill. He was 5 feet 5 inches tall, maybe 140 pounds, but he was captain of the football team in high school. So he was really committed to the town. So when he was speaking like that, it just hit me, having come from the corporate world before I was a lawyer. Well, why don't we just plan and so we could plan for projects, and things like community centers and rec centers, things like that are all on the table too, that you want to look at, and especially if you're looking at new development coming into the town, like we have McDonald's and more foot traffic. Those are things that you can evaluate. Open space in the lease for some of the people in the malls. What kind of tenants are they going to want? So you can provide guidance for your businesses, and that's what happened in Cresskill. They brought in businesses based upon what they thought the demographics was going to be. So there was commercial space that turned over when the leases were expired to new businesses that thrived. So.
Well, I think we're at an interesting crossroads with everything that's going on here between the drugstore. Lennar came back there, and if memory serves me correct, I wasn't on a planning board at the time, but I believe that the schools were really caught flat-footed when it came to not knowing about this development coming in. And if this is a tool that we can use in our toolbox to really work with the schools and the towns, community of commerce, and everybody I think it certainly has value to really trying to shape what our town's gonna look like with a 10-year look forward and everything else like that.
Yeah, it's just, you know, common for governments to be reactionary, you know,
And how does that work in conjunction with the master plan?
well, the master plan, you can tweak the master plan based upon the data that you're gonna extract from the meetings that you set up, and so it's not really a chicken and the egg. It really is. Your master. So let's say you don't have that committee. The way it's done now is you have a master plan and you just kind of spitballing without any of this other data.
So you would provide data to the planner who's reexamining the master plan?
Correct.
Which you have to do every 10 years?
Yeah.
So we just provide more data and information for them?
Correct. But you reevaluate. You could do it. You could set it up on any schedule. We originally did it on a 5-year plan to evaluate halfway through. But then they changed it just before I left the council. They changed it to every 3 years because they found, you know, it was working, and it's interesting because you're taking information from all parts of the government and all parts of essentially the community, what the town looks like starts to take shape, and everyone takes ownership of what their town is about. So, you know, rec is important, obviously, schools, and commerce, as the mayor just pointed out. So all that information can certainly shape your master plan, but you have to have a really good planner. I think we have a good one right now.
Planner.
So.
And the master plan, what is in the master plan, the basics of it is governed by statute.
Correct.
Doesn't mean you can't augment it and put more information in it if you want to.
That's exactly right. It's worked really well.
Any further discussion? So, Mr. McCann, maybe we can meet next couple weeks and take a look at the Cresco ordinance and see if we can put that together and move this going forward.
Yeah, I think we should probably identify the department heads and, you know, and.
Start that conversation.
Yeah, start the conversation. You want to get them on board. You don't want to it's not something you want to dictate to them to do, but it's something that they would want to do.
Okay. All right. And I guess we'll just have a further discussion next meeting about this.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
You want?
Anybody else? Nope. Moving on to new business. Anybody have any new business?
Yes. If you recall, several years ago, and I know Jerry can attest to this, we needed quite a bit of work on the Van Allen house. And I think we said that periodically we should go back and tour the building, the inside, to make sure the roof isn't leaking, the windows aren't broken. I think we should do that again, because if we catch these repairs early enough, it's only hundreds of dollars, maybe thousands, not tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands. So maybe we could arrange to have someone, I don't know, from the building department or whoever Rich thinks would be appropriate, to tour the building to make sure there doesn't need any repairs. Unless
Sure,
it's been done.
and Pat, I can tell you that DPW is in there periodically looking at things, and I know that members of the historical committee, if they see something too, they say something and report it to DPW as well. So,
Okay.
but you know, I think to your point, we also have, you know, America's 250th anniversary next year. We want to make sure that the site is good. We have some plans in place, I think, for further work, site work on the site. And I think, you know, to your basic point of making sure that the Van Allen house remains in good condition is certainly well taken.
Correct, yes.
Yeah, one of the things we're looking at this year, Councilman, is we were looking at the bar doors where the garage is. We're talking about doing some light paving in the front where it floods, putting some shrubs and really just cleaning the property up. You know, that's start
Yeah.
moving this thing along.
There's one of the buildings has like a big pane window to the right, is where storage is or something? No?
There's
The
a-
Van Allen house to the right?
That's the garage where it has a chain link fence. What we
Yeah,
want to do is
yeah,
we want to
okay.
put barn doors there.
Oh, good,
To
good.
clean that up.
Good,
So it makes
okay.
it visually appealing.
Yes.
And do some light landscaping on the property as well, so that we can really make that
Exactly.
cornerstone of that corner, since it's really a borough asset.
But I would like to see it maintained, because I know, like I said several years ago, I don't know, we spent over $100,000 repairing things. I'd rather see it caught when it's small amount.
Okay. Anybody else have any new business? Anybody have any old business?
We have old people.
Okay. All right, we'll start with liaison reports. Councilman Talmy?
Sure. Just have recreation. Saturday, May 31st will be the softball baseball parade. It's always a great day. They have the parade, and then you have like a mini carnival afterwards, where there's usually bouncy houses and some food and other giveaways at the park. It's a great day. That's all I have. Thank you.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes, Mayor, I met with the Environmental Commission this past week. We spoke about having a pollinator garden program in town. One of our members contacted a local nursery, and they'll be putting together a packet of plants, etc., flowers, etc., that will attract pollinators, such as butterflies, because I know my wife loves butterflies. But that would be something in conjunction with our local nursery, and we'll have more information about that in the future. We also spoke about having a small area in Stewart Woods cordoned off with some deer fencing to show that we could preserve more native plants, if we paid attention to excluding deer from the area. We also like to welcome a new member, which we said before, Tom White, to the Environmental Commission. Senior citizens. The police department, and I have to commend them, they had a program on scams, specifically geared toward senior citizens. Make sure do not ever give out your Social Security number, your Medicare number, your checking account number over the phone to anybody. No government agency will call you and ask, no legal government agency will call and ask you for money, not even, especially like the IRS. Some of the scams that are going around, hello, this is the Kalamazoo Police Department. We have your grandson here, and he needs $10,000 bail right away, or putting him in jail for 6 months. That should never happen. If you think it's a scam, first of all, don't give them that information. Second of all, call the local police department, 337-6171, and ask them, and they'll look into it. The information was so shocking, I went out and bought a shredder. I'm not taking any chances with your information. You can buy a small shredder for your house for $50 and up. But, do not give any of that information out. And again, I commend our police department for putting that program on. They did they even had pancakes for the seniors. But they did an excellent job, and I want to commend them. Thank you, Mayor.
Councilman Salian?
Thank you, Mayor. For OCC report for 4/8/2025, the OCC is looking for committee members and volunteers. If you're interested in joining the television committee, the bulletin board committee, or the newsletter committee, or the welcome website and social media committee, please contact the organization at occ@oakland-newjersey.org and to learn more about each committee and see what is available. Regarding the Borough website, you can now watch Oakland TV live on the Borough website and the new Oakland TV app, and on the new Oakland TV app. Those wanting to watch online can go to www.oakland-newjersey.org communications-commission and click on the Watch Oakland TV Live button. You can also search Oakland Television on your Android and iPhone and download the Oakland TV app, or go into Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, or Roku stores and search for Oakland TV and download the app there. The Bulletin Board Committee continues to accept original music compositions to add into the music rotation for Oakland TV. If interested, please email oaklandnjbulletinboard@gmail.com with your interest and any questions you may have. Lastly, a new nonprofit organization, Friends of Oakland Communications, held their inaugural meeting on March 27th, where the mayor and I were both in attendance, where most of the board seats were filled. We want to thank everyone who stepped forward and wanted to get involved in finding innovative ways to raise funds to support and enhance Oakland Communications offerings. There's currently one seat open. If anyone is interested or knows someone looking holding, please reach out to the Oakland Communications Commission. Also, they're looking for someone to either with interest and experience with holding fundraisers and some connection to the business community who has nonprofit experience to join the team to help fundraise money. The next OCC meeting is on May 5th at 7 p.m. in council chambers. Big day on Saturday, similar to what Ms. Alfredo brought up before. Saturday is the Easter egg hunt. So it will be 9:30 show up, 10 o'clock for the hunt, over right behind the library by the park. So please, we encourage everyone to attend. Also, quick update on police. The Junior Police Academy is still accepting applications. The Junior Police Academy will be held from July 18th to July 25th. It is open to 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. Anyone who has questions and wants to participate and sign up, please send an email to jpa@oaklandpolice.us. And then one more thing, I want to congratulate Zach Betts for being in the meeting, as being brought on to volunteer fire department. I've known the gentleman a long time, so I'm very happy he's helping this community. That's it.
That's it. Thank you. Councilman McCann.
No report.
Councilman Sislinski.
Thank you, Mayor. From the Green Team, the Flow Green Film Series is beginning, and the first film, Women of Carbon, will be on Thursday, April 10th at 7 p.m. at the Franklin Lakes Library. The team continues to look for volunteers, so if you would like to help out and join this great group, they have their next meeting tomorrow night at 7 p.m. at the Senior Center. From the library, the OPL has an exciting new program for adults, Tai Chi, moving in harmony with yourself and others, on Thursday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. beginning this Thursday, April 10th, and running through May 8th. Register for each class individually. They also have a team trivia night on Monday, April 21st at 6:30 p.m. Call the library to sign your team or yourself up for this New Jersey-themed trivia competition and see how you stack up. They also have a new garden arts program for adults on Tuesdays on Tuesday, April 22nd at 6:30 p.m. There will be additional garden arts programs on Tuesdays in May. Register for each class individually. For young adults, we have the Manga Club on Monday, April 28th, a casual hangout for kids who are enthusiastic about anime and snacks. For children, they have their regular recurring story times, as well as always awesome Jiggly Wiggly music program for kids this coming Friday, April 11th at 11 a.m. Registration is required. The library will be closed on Good Friday and Easter Sunday, but will be open on Saturday, April 19th. That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilwoman.
Thank you, Mayor. As Ms. Gofredo had mentioned, Access for All is doing their Easter egg hunt this coming weekend, this coming Saturday. It's behind the Board of Ed building. Their next meeting is May 7th at the Senior Center. Shade Tree Commission met yesterday. They're all set for Arbor Day. They're giving out saplings on April 27th at the Oakland Public Library from 10 to 2. The forester had logged in 44 hours, issued 21 permits, 44 trees were removed, and 24 have been replaced. Their next meeting is on May 5th at 7:30. And for the Arts Committee, as we know, the outdoor market will be opening up in May. Right now they have a spring verse and visual art exhibit and sale, which is running from April 1st through May 17th at the Oakland Public Library. Their next meeting is April 21st, and as with any of our committees, we could always use volunteers. That's it.
Thank you.
Mayor,
Sir.
if I may, I forgot one very important matter. Environmental Commission will be having a cleanup day, April 26th. Jerry, we're meeting at the NAD building at 7? 9. If you're interested, There are, believe it or not, there are a couple of areas in town that need some TLC. I know last year we had a great group there, did quite a bit of cleanup in town, especially like down at Great Oak Park, Stewart Woods, and you know, a couple of other areas, but they'll be given instructions. Just make sure you bring a pair of gloves with you, you know, long sleeve shirt and pants. But it's a great way to really spruce up some areas in town that are really attractive, and we don't want it to be unattractive. So please, if you'd like to volunteer, come on April the 26th at the Danny D building at 9 a.m. A great opportunity for students who need volunteer work. It's perfect, and they'll have some refreshments at the end. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, bills to be paid.
Bills to be paid, $126,854.78. So moved.
Do you have a second? All right. Roll call.
Council President McCann?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rose?
Yes.
Councilman Saliani?
Yes.
Councilman Slazinski?
Yes?
Councilman Talamini?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, that concludes our meeting. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Before we close, Mayor, I just want to
Yes.
say to Ms. Kim, thank you very much. I know
That's right.
you're moving on. I want to thank you. The time you've been here, it's been great to work with you, and best of luck
Thank
in
you.
the future.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you so much,
you.
Councilman.
I can't tell you, I agree with Councilman Saliani. Just working with her in the front office, Gina, you're an absolute treasure. So we're lucky that we had you for the time that we did. Certainly wish you best of luck moving on in your career.
Thank
You
so
will be
much.
missed.
And I will miss all of you. Thank you so much.
All right, now do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, this meeting is adjourned. The next Borough Council meeting will be held on Tuesday, April 22nd at 7 p.m. here at the Oakland Municipal Court Council Chambers, 10 Laurel Drive. This time the meeting is adjourned. Have a good day, everybody.
No, one more thing.
Thank you, David. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
You're driving home now. Traffic won't be as bad, will it?